very good evening and welcome to Racecourse here in Colombo. It's a gloomy day here in Colombo where CHN FC is hosting their first game at Racecourse against Air Force, a talented Air Force team. CHN FC, of course, with a lot of experience in their 23, and we are coming to you live on the Papare website, YouTube channel, and also on Dialogue TV. A very good evening to all our viewers, and also good evening to my co-commentator today, Abdullah Yusuf. A very good evening and a happy new year.
Thanks, Dinuk. Same to you and same to all our viewers as well. Yes, it's going to be a pretty interesting game, a very important game for CHN FC, you would have to say. It's critically important that they get the win, and if possible a bonus point as well. That will probably give them a bit of breathing space from the chasing pack from the bottom four, namely Army and Police. So from their point of view, it's absolutely imperative that they put in a good performance today and try their best to get the win. From Air Force's point of view, you'd have to say that they have definitely struggled thus far in this league, isn't it? They've really been under the pump. This is the weather forecast for today. It's quite, as you said, quite gloomy. We are expecting it to remain more or less like this, and if it does, I think it's ideal conditions for rugby. As long as it doesn't rain, I think we can expect some really good three-quarter moves. Forwards also linking up with the three quarters, and both teams showing a willingness to play with the ball in hand. So just coming back to that Air Force team, they have had a bit of a tough time this season. As you can see, this is the league table. So Police right on the heels of CHN FC, but they have played one game more. So CHN FC, if they do get a good win today, that will give them a bit of a gap. They widen the gap with CHN FC and will probably keep them relatively safe in terms of going into the cup segment.
Absolutely, Candy sitting pretty at top. They have a very crucial game tomorrow up in Nippon against Havelock. CHN FC, the much look forward to side this season, playing some very, very good rugby, will pose a lot of threat to that championship title, that Candy SC. That mouth-watering clash will happen in a couple of weeks' time. Like Abdullah said, yes, CHN FC will also want to be in the top four, and the forces are in the bottom four, which is quite interesting to see. The likes of Navy, Army and Police there having good sides, still struggling to get into the top four.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. We'll come back to that. So this is the top try scorers after the end of week 4. CHN FC is the last in the Karuna Tilaka, scoring 5 tries, is the leading try scorer at present. Next to him is Lasanta Kumar from Army. Dinupaseni Viratna, Tuan Dilshan and Azmir Fajuddin complete the list with 3 tries each. So it's interesting that there are 3 forwards and just the 2 hooker, the 2 three-quarters in that lineup. And of course the top point scorers after the end of week 4. No surprise, all of them are the respective place kickers for their clubs. Tenuka Nanayakara been very outstanding, not just with the boot, but from that pivotal number 10 position. Hirusha Nethmina, whenever has had the opportunity, has done himself justice, mainly from the fullback position. Samuel Madhuvanta has been brilliant for Havelocks, a great acquisition as far as they are concerned. Tarida Ratwata, 28 points, I think was rested for a couple of games, so that's why he's probably not amongst the top 3. And of course, rounding up that points list is Army's skipper Ashen Bandar at 26 points.
These were the last week's results. A bit of a close game there. CRNS CH 28 points to 23. CR managed to pull in that off at London Place. Army versus Navy. Army winning that game 29-17. In Panagoda, Police taking on Havelocks. Havelocks beating them 16 points to 5. And Air Force against Candy, 13 points to 13. But that score doesn't do justice to how that game was played. It was quite close for a lot of that period of that game, Abdullah.
Yeah, that's right. And if I'm not mistaken, Air Force were leading 6-5 at halftime, isn't it? And it was pretty much a second half rally by Candy SC that eventually ended up in them being comfortable victors. So Air Force will probably take a lot of confidence from that outing, and they definitely want to put in a similar performance, but this time for the whole of 80 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll go in for a short commercial break, and we'll see you on the other side with the kickoff.
Protect your home from harmful bacteria. Nippon Paint Medifresh, a powerful combination of silver and zinc ions. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Hot and spicy fun by Rugby Karanda. Beat a remake Karanda Winna. Hada with the vowel I am give me a fashion Karanda. Fun Kurana Kotumi Kiki Kurana. Prima Kotumi, Fantamai.
Introducing NeosPay, a fun way to make payments from your Neos app. For the fun of paying, #NeosPaid.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You win the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league stand.
Magnificent catch.
You win the big league stand.
Taken.
Big league stand.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Introducing NeosPay, a fun way to make payments from your Neos app. For the fun of paying, #NeosPaid. Introducing NeosPay, a fun way to make payments from your Neos app. For the fun of paying, #NeosPaid.
Club Rugby is back on the Papare. Eight contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Prima Kotumi, Fantamai.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You win the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league stand.
Magnificent catch.
You win the big league stand.
Taken.
Big league stand.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
Easy. Quick KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances. Amazing.
Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Hot and spicy fun by Rugby Marakaranda. Beat the remake Karanda Winna. Hada wada bawala yana give me a fashion Karanda. Fun Kurana Kotumi Kiki Kurana. Prima Kotumi Fun Tamai.
Club Rugby is back on the Papare. Eight contenders, one champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය The Papare TV තාලා ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. Falk. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You in the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league style.
Magnificent catch.
You in the big league style.
Taken.
Big league style.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Club Rugby is back on the Papare. 8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය The Papare TV තාලා ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. Falk. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You in the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league style.
Magnificent catch.
You in the big league style.
Taken.
Big league style.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Club Rugby is back on the Papare. 8 contenders, one champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය ද Papare TV දාලා ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome back to Racecourse Rugby Grounds here in Colombo. We are just about to kick off. The Air Force team has walked out and you can see the CHN FC team coming out to their home ground led by Avantali. And here is the Air Force lineup. Manuka Pereira, Parakrama Ratnayak and Niroshan Rajanayak in the front row. Nilantha Jayavira and Shamika Kaushan in the second. Isuru Jayaratna, Udesh Madhushanka and Shashika Fernando will complete the third row. 9 and 10 will be Kavisha Kaluarachi and Gayant Iddamalgoda will be a very crucial factor today. And Pramod Padmasanka and Darshana Dabare in the centers. Jason Karunaratna, Arosh Ratnayak and Ishara Madhushan will be in the last line of defense for Air Force. And for CHN FC, very experienced front row there. Dushmanta Priyadarshana, Prasad Madhushanka and Charit Silva. Gayan Jayaman and Nirosh Pereira in the second. Gimhana Silva, Ravindu Anjula, Danit Lakshara in the third. Harsha Madhuranga and Rohit Rajapaksha at 9 and 10. Tikshana Dasanayaka, Avantali in the centers. Janindu Dilshan, the exciting prospect on the left. And Dilshar Subhash on the right wing. And Hirusha Netmina at fullback. So, very, very experienced CHN FC side, Abdullah, as Air Force will kick off from right to left on your screen, and the CHN FC in their traditional red and white jerseys from left to right.
Yes, that's right. CHN FC definitely have looked quite solid this year, isn't it? They seem to have tightened their forward game much more. The scrum is extremely effective. They've got a cover-packed tight five, and so I'm sure that's an area which they will look to dominate.
Kickoff by Air Force just outside the 22 and a good defensive line rushing up, led by Shashika Fernando for Air Force. Goes out to Hirusha, who puts in a deep kick to the 50-meter mark. Opportunity for Air Force to counter-attack. They keep it on the same side. A step and run by their skipper. Margoda goes into contact.
Get back.
As Kavisha gives it out wide. Not clean ball to their backs early on.
Release, roll away.
As Kavisha looks for options. Comes to the near side. Iddamalgoda fires this onto the near side.
Roll away.
Through Shashika Fernando, the number 8. The big number 8 for Air Force. Iddamalgoda looks for options. Has a couple running outside him. He goes to the back pocket, but a knock forward there by Air Force. So a good kick eventually by Hirusha Sampath to the Air Force half, and Air Force unable to get out of that.
Yeah, that's right. They were just going lateral from end to end, isn't it? It would have been more effective if they just kicked the ball downfield. Just try and play a bit more territory. They're trying to penetrate, but were always being pinned on the back foot. So tactics are so important in these early stages of the game. You don't want to be playing too much rugby in your own half. I think that's an area which Air Force will need to focus on. The first scrum of the game. It'll be interesting to see what kind of pressure the CH tight 5 will look to mount on this Air Force pack. It's an area where they have shown a willingness to compete. It's a very experienced front row.
Crouch.
Dushmanta Priyadarshana,
Five.
Prasad Madhushankar and
Set.
Charit Silva.
In ball.
As the Air Force band start playing in the background, CHN FC looking very strong in the scrummaging, looking for the number 8 break. And CHN FC will take this ball into contact. Here's Lee, gives it out wide to Dilshan. Dilshan puts out the fender, looks for the inside runner, but keeps the ball in play. Rajapaksa evades one tackle there. Ravindu Anjula again going to the far side. Rajapaksa looking for options, and going into contact is Dilhara Subhash. Madhuranga gives the ball out wide. He has an opening. The first one, the break by Janit Lakshara, and a penalty coming up for CHN FC. Quickly taken by Prasad Madhushankar, and he scores the first try for CHN FC. Good thinking, caught the Air Force defense napping there. Quick tap and barged into the try line.
As you can very clearly see that Air Force player was not supporting his body weight, and some really good thinking by the hooker, using all his experience, his guile and his power to go over for CHN FC's first try, and that will just give CH a lot of confidence and just the impetus they needed for the start of this game.
Yeah, very good work there by CHN FC. Good solid scrum. Move the ball left and right a couple of times, earn the penalty, and from there on they just a quick tap, quick thinking, and Air Force was not ready. It's a very unusual ground to play this race course, but very similar to Air Force as well. A lot of swelling wind. The kick is good. He'll be very used to these conditions. He's Hirusha Sampath, a very good prospect coming out of Kingswood College. In a star-studded team there, unfortunately couldn't play the entire league due to COVID.
Ball.
Yes, and with that kick, I believe he's now the top try scorer of the league as well. Was tied with Tenuganane Ankara. To remind our viewers, Navy Sports Club will be hosting CRN FC up in Velisara today. So hopefully we'll keep you posted on what's happening there. But yes, it's an interesting point that you brought up about this venue. It's the closest the Air Force will feel at home. An open stadium.
Inside.
We have lack of communication between the CH players, but no harm done. Comfortably secured. Rajapaksha looks to clear his lines. Doesn't find touch. So Air Force intent on keeping the ball in hand, but just again find themselves behind the goal line. But referee has his hands out for a high tackle by Rohita Rajapaksha. Idam Algoda kicks ahead, but knows that the referee was playing advantage, so he'll come back for the penalty.
Number 10.
A very interesting kicking tactic. Yes, not a lot of sample we have, just a couple of kicks.
Right, block karande ba. Right. What a block karande kisi avasthawak naha. Captain.
And both those kicks, Abdullah, they went to the grass, trying to go to grass.
Oh, penalty.
And Air Force still trying to find the correct mark as Malgoda will pick the nearest or the closest to the touchline and further in front. He was kicking well from the 40-meter mark at warm-up, but on the other side of the park, there's a little bit of difference in wind direction, but he still opts for the post.
Yes, I think it is the correct decision. Points earlier on will definitely help settle some of Air Force's nerves. So what happened there was the first infringement. There was a high tackle by Rajapaksha, and then from the advantage that was being played, it was Idam Algoda who tried a chip ahead, and he was blocked subsequently.
10 meter again.
So the referee
Number
has
10 meter.
given the option of
10 meter.
taking the penalty from the spot where the high tackle was made, or where the ball was where the ball landed from that kick ahead. And Air Force didn't have any hesitation in taking the penalty from where the ball bounced. So Ida Malgoda with the first opportunity to put points on the board for Air Force.
40 meter on the angle. If he kicks this, he'll have a lot of confidence going into the game and will put some doubt in CHN FC, and he does. What a wonderful kick there by the skipper Gant Ida Malgoda. Good connection. Just dying down. That is because of the wind that he was kicking against. So that's a good start for Air Force. 3 points on the board against 7 minutes on the clock.
Behind the ball.
You're talking further about this ground, Abdullah. Like you said, yes, open stadium and very hard ground to kick. Both Air Force and race course. You don't see the touch line from the middle of the pitch. Not that easily from one corner to the other. As
Get back. Last one.
the workhorse for Air Force goes into contact. Shashika Fernando.
Release. No hands.
That's another penalty. Ruck form clearly. Got her hands inside. So a couple of penalties giving opportunity for Air Force to play some territory.
Yes, you'd have to say that was a very poor judgment by Priyadarshana. Should know better. A very experienced campaigner. The ruck was very clearly formed. An opportunity for Air Force to drive play inside the CHN FC's half. Yes, it's not just the kicking, isn't it, Dinok? It's even, for instance, throwing in the lineouts. Got to gauge the wind. It's not the kind of ground you want to be throwing to number 6. Number 4 was ideal, and that was a good line out by Air Force. Again, going out wide early, not making much headway.
Tackle, roll away.
Ball is recycled. Ida Malgoda spreading it wide to his 3/4. Some lovely hands by Air Force, but looks like they'll be coming back for a forward pass. Yes, it definitely looked forward. Picked up by the assistant referee.
Forward pass.
But credit to Air Force. They are showing intent on playing the game with a bit of width. Probably they want to make the CHN FC forwards move end to end and try and avoid getting into close contact situations. But so far CHN FC's defense has held strong.
And looking at even the physique of both these teams, I think it's only fair to play in the corners for Air Force, and they have read this very well. Coach Ashila Desapri has done his homework. Looks like he has 3 forwards on either side of the park, or 2 forwards on either side of the park, and trying to attack the CH wings through forwards, trying to create a mismatch, gain some yard. And if they can get quick ball from there, it will be very hard for the CH defense, the big defense, to get online. So that is what they're trying to do. CHN FC, of course, still didn't have a proper attacking opportunity to build faces.
Sit. Steady.
Harsha Maduranga will feed this ball into the scrum. Opening up at the back is Janit Laksara, trying to keep the ball in the scrum, milk something out. Doesn't seem like Rohita Rajapaksa gives it way out to the back. Here's Hirusha as takes the ball into contact. Good base, good first phase attack there by CHNFC. Competing in the ruck, and that's very, very good there by Air Force. Right on top of the ball.
Hold in on.
As CHNFC didn't force enough numbers there. So looks like Air Force getting the tactical game right so far. As Idda Malgoda puts this ball into touch. Sanat Martis at the back. First year for him at CHN FC. Has done a very good job so far.
Yes, they can be pretty pleased with the way how things have gone. That victory at Havelock Park would have definitely given them a lot of confidence. Going down to CRN FC in a closely contested game last week. So it's good to see CHN FC putting strong performance and asking questions of the top teams in the league.
10 meters back, 10 meters.
Good options taken so far by Air Force in the lineouts, 4-man lineouts. Like you said, not the easiest. They managed to win that lineout as well, a bit scrappy. Knock forward, the call coming from the assistant referee.
We saw in that previous scrum, CHN FC applying a lot of pressure, trying to milk a penalty, but referee just seemed to let play go. So it'll be interesting to see whether they'll attempt for another drive from this scrum or will they get it out first time. Another big scrum by CHN FC.
Again in.
Referee breaks it up for a reset.
Last one. Tunnel.
Air Force will realize that they are under the pump.
Ready. Crouch. Bind. Set. Steady.
Ball is fed into the scrum. This time CH just hold it tight. Gets it out to their three quarters. A nice switch play.
Back ball.
Possession recycled. CH going wide, but unfortunately not the best of passes. Netmina unable to hold on to that pass. Wouldn't quite blame him. I don't think it was the best of passes.
Hurry up.
So despite the early dominance, CHN FC just haven't been able to be consistent enough in their attack. As we have a look at that once again. Janindu Dilshan coming off his wing. Not throwing one of the better passes.
This gives a good opportunity for Air Force now to attack. Interesting to see how they go in the first phase ball. Shashika has been present at the back of the scrum, but Idda Malgoda goes for the wraparound, look for opportunities on the outside. It breaks out now. Taken into contact by Ishara Madhushan for Air Force. Here's a snipe through by the scrum half, puts the chip behind. Is there an opportunity? Hirusha Sampath looks like he has taken in. And it'll be a 5-meter scrum for Air Force. So that's a very good opportunity. Good work done there by Kavisha Kaluarachi. Spotted the opportunity. Look at that. Straight away off his right foot. Bang, he went. And he had 2-on-1 situation. Put the chip behind. But Sampath, Hirosha there was on the mark to collect it, but had no option.
Yes, it was a real sniping run. Wonderful vision. You just have to wonder whether he would have done better to hold on to position rather than trying to chip and go. Nonetheless, they have managed to get a 5-meter scrum as a result of that chip ahead. Air Force slowly but surely turning the screws on CHN FC. Last 5 minutes or so, they have spent a lot of time in CHN FC's half. Be desperate not to concede from this 5-meter scrum.
It'll be interesting to see the option that
Change kar, change.
Air Force take
Change
here.
kar, Hari. Wad when can down it was a guy. Bleed him, bleed. Bleed him. Oh, bleed it. Bleed in. Bleed in. Change kar. Hurry, hurry, out. Hurry, hurry, out.
So Navy leading 6 points to nil at
Scrum.
Valisara. 11 points into the game. 2 penalties by Steven Sansoni has put the game, have started the game there. It will be a real test for CRNFC playing at Valisara. But a very experienced CRNFC team, good attacking players all around the ground, 1 to 15. And a well-coached CRNFC team by Dushant Liuke and his management team.
Set.
So finally the scrum for Air Force. Interesting to see what kind of option they will take. Short blind side is available for them as well, but again a big shove by CHN FC immediately puts Air Force on the back foot.
The ball.
They managed to retrieve position, will now look to try and inch ahead.
Feet taking the.
CHN FC defending the fringes quite well. CHN FC hanging in there.
Last foot. Get back.
Again attacking to the fringes, applying the pressure. Priyadarshana, Madhushankar doing their bit on the fringes. Air Force eventually deciding to go out wide. Air Force recorder loses his footing, but looks like play has been stopped.
Karunagarala, mata blocker under the right?
Referee having a word with one of the Air Force players.
Right? Mamu got up there, same side ball. Right? Mark here. Get back.
And just when they had the opportunity of applying some pressure, referee has penalized the Air Force for big back chat. It's really unfortunate for them. We'll give CHN FC an opportunity to clear their lines. And Netmina taps, misses touch. Air Force tapped the ball back. Janindu Dilshan very nearly managed to collect that loose ball.
First knockout. Scrum. Yeah, ball.
So one of the CH players down.
Looks like it's Janindu Dilshan while trying to snap that ball up. Looks like he has twisted the knee. Let's see, here's the penalty kick. Dilshan puts the chase on. And there you go. That looks very bad. Looks very bad. I think he would have extended his tendons in his knee.
Yes, it definitely didn't look pretty. You could see his foot getting stuck in the ground. Certain areas of this pitch is quite soft. Have a look at that. Yes, it just straightened, isn't it? Very awkward. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. Very important player in this CHN FC three-quarter line. Looks like that's the end of his game. He's being stretchered off.
Very unfortunate. At the looks of it, looks like it's going to be a little hard for him.
Yeah, change again.
The initial footage shows, but we'll have to see the medical reports further into the week. Very concerned, Avant Ali. He knows how important Janindu Dilshan is, but that didn't look very, very good at all for the young wing. Will be taken straight to scans.
Yes, it was just one of those very awkward non-contact injuries that you come across in the sport of rugby. Not something that happens very often. As you could see, just as he tried to pick the ball up,
Set.
entire leg straightened out. Let's hope it's nothing too serious and we'll be able to see him on the park soon. So as a result of a knock-on that came courtesy of Janindu, it will be a scrum for Air Force.
Set.
They'll definitely feel they missed an opportunity from that 5-meter scrum. Referee laying down the law, not going to take any back chat from anyone. So both teams have been put on notice.
Set.
Air Force at the back. Kavisha gives it to Indamalgoda. He spins this out wide, which has been something they're looking for the whole day. And he has a one-on-one opportunity. Tries to fend and run on the outside. Is Arosh Ratnayaka. Indamalgoda gives this out wide. The big number 8 for Air Force going into contact. Once again, spinning this out wide, looking for opportunities on the far side for Air Force. Again going into contact. Kavisha gives it to Indamalgoda. Again Indamalgoda looking to find space in both corners and tire the CH defense. But they have not been going forward. So Indamalgoda now at some point. Ooh. Oh, that's unfortunate for a yellow card. There was not a very clear scoring opportunity there for Air Force. Deep inside their own half. Just came into the park. Dinesh Lakshan as the replacement for Janindu Dilshan, and straight away has been put in the naughty chair, Abdullah.
Yes, referees do clamp down on that kind of cynical play is how they deemed it. The thing is, when you put your hand out, you're at the referee's mercy. So it's something which players have to be very careful when defending. So important for Air Force to now capitalize on that one-man advantage they do have. Just in attack, Dinuk, one thing Air Force could probably do better is form a bit flatter. Indamalgoda is taking the ball very deep, even off second phase ball.
Okay, straight.
It's very hard for them to get over the gain line when it's in situations like that. A big hit by CH's number 20. Air Force nonetheless retained possession. Going along the short side. Again going out wide. They do realize that they have to play this game with a bit of width. Probably feel that's the chance they have of gaining a bit of ground. Again Indamalgoda passing to his forwards. A nice inside pass. Indamalgoda passing it, using his 3/4. Do they have numbers out wide? No, they don't, but they have done well to cut inside, creating another phase. Air Force just looking for opportunities, but CHN FC is defensive, holding tight. Indamalgoda spreading the ball out wide. Going into contact. Ball is retrieved. Again Indamalgoda deciding to go out wide. Eventually a few holes creeping into the CHN FC team. A lovely inside pass. CHN FC desperately trying to hold on. Air Force
offside. Number 23.
Saying numbers available out wide. Ball is spread out. Passes could be much more accurate.
Number 23 offside.
But the referee had his hand out, so probably he was playing advantage for offside. This is much better by Air Force. Going end to end, getting over the gain line most importantly.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity. Trying a little bit of too much skip passes there, Abdullah. Had they gone through the hands, there would have been a hole opening up easily in the middle, because CHN FC were caught napping on that occasion. But eventually a very, very good break there by Air Force. Their game plan coming to into good effect. And CHN FC, as they are tiring a little bit, and also one-man shot in the corner, things are slowly opening up, and this is another concern. Hirusha Netmina is their place kicker as well.
Water break.
Yes, Air Force intend on playing the game with a bit of width. They will definitely come in with a plan, and they are sticking to it regardless. Few holes just creeping into CHN FC's defense.
So CHN FC up in Valisara have slowly crept into the game and scored a couple of tries through Randy Silva. Both tries to Randy Silva and Manilka Ruberu taking one conversion. So 12 points to 6 they now lead in
yeah, lead. Number 11 off. Back.
Still Air Force not communicating what they have in mind. Yes, eventually deciding to go for the points.
10.
And you have to say the correct decision, isn't it? There's still a long way to go in this game. Put points on the board as much as you can. Keep the game close going into the last few minutes, and then anything could happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And still there will be about 5 minutes on the clock remaining for card as well. So from the kick restart, there is an opportunity to attack. So take the points, go back, settle and attack again is what Air Force will be looking for.
Okay.
The Malgoda interestingly wearing a jersey number 71. First time in rugby. 7 points to 3 is Air Force leading currently.
No.
Kick is not good. That's the risk that they have taken and not come good. So in the meantime, the first cricket match of the year happening at our Premadasa, Sri Lanka taking on Zimbabwe. Looking to start the new year afresh. 25 overs gone, 139 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. Top score so far is skipper Kusal Mendis, 46, but he's out. And currently in crease is Charita Salanka and Sahan Narachige. So a lot of eyes on the cricket as well currently, and also rugby has taken full force. It'll be interesting to see if Sri Lanka can come back on the international circuit. A lot of young talent coming through the system. And looks like the club rugby has gone up notch comparing to last season, Abdullah, which was after COVID. And also with the World Cup happening last year, most of the teams have new tricks up their sleeve, as Air Force now from the 22-meter restart taking this ball and a pick and drive there by Pramod Padmasankar, the center, to settle things off.
Tagger release.
Going into contact once again. Looks like Ashela Deshapriya has made a change. Ishara Madhushan has come into the number 10 position and shifted Idda Malgoda to 13. A lovely step and run in there by Jason Karunaratne on the wings. Now Air Force trying to use their forwards in centre field. The change of 10 is working for them as Idda Malgoda now spreads it out wide. Have two fly half options. Again going out to the wide side. Idda Malgoda looking for space on the far corner.
Number 13
Tapped back
offside.
by CHN FC, but the referee will come for offside.
13. Number 13.
And another opportunity for CHN FC to get into the opposition half.
Yes, again a unforced error by Air Force. Front of the kicker, turn possession over, and looks like they'll be pushed right back into their own half. Have to say Air Force haven't been able to fully capitalize on having that extra man in their ranks. So CHN FC with an opportunity to wind the clock down a bit more. If they do win this ball, I'm sure they'll keep it tight and try and drive the Air Force pack back.
First line out through for CHN FC. Going into a 6-man line, quickly taken at number 2. Trying to form the maul as CHN FC now pushing it back. And a rip off in the maul. Looked like he came from the side initially, gets away with, and Idda Malgoda puts the ball in the air. And lovely take there by the CHN FC forward. Yes, opening up by Lakshan. Here's the skipper Lee. Looks for Silva. And the prop forward comes in. Looking for an opportunity on the outside. Steps off, steps outside. Needs support. Trying to hold the ball on. Yes, Hirusha taking the ball into contact.
Number 23.
No advantage there.
Offside.
The referee will
23.
come back for CHN FC. Another opportunity right under the sticks.
Offside.
And to
23.
take the game away from Air Force.
Yes, this is good by CHN FC, pinning Air Force in their own half. And interesting, they've opted for a scrum. Probably thought they would have done well to go for points, but deciding that their pack can do a number on this Air Force 8. Their sake, I'm sure they'll be looking at getting a 7-pointer from this situation.
Ready. Crouch. Bind. Sit. Steady.
Goes into the scrum. Number 8 break. Good push. Trying to milk a penalty and have advantage before they
Play on. Back ball. Back ball.
go in as knockback, and that hits the referee's hand as well.
Back ball.
So there'll be another scrum for CHN FC.
Yes, CH will be pretty pleased with the outcome of that. Could see a couple of Air Force forwards, hands on heads, probably be disappointed that at how that scrum was awarded. But CHN FC showing their intent very clearly.
Ready. Crouch.
Try to apply the pressure on this Air Force outfit.
Sit. Bind.
Feeds the ball into the scrum. This time, the number 8 breaks. Offs to Madhuranga. Madhuranga gives it out wide, and the right wing there for CH Dilhara Subhash couldn't keep himself in. And the pass
Center mark.
from Gimhana Silva there. He should have taken the ball into contact, but looking for that outside middle jump there. This is how it went.
10 meters back, 10 meters.
Dinesh Lakshan has come back from the sin bin and didn't have enough room.
Play on.
Knock forward for Air Force. They are not getting the line out right.
It's an area of the game that Air Force have definitely struggled this season. The line out just hasn't functioned as well as they would like. As a result, they've conceded a 5-meter scrum. It's a kind of position which CH you'd expect them to thrive.
Bind. Set. Bind.
Maduranga feeds the ball into the scrum. This time gives it straight out to Dinesh Lakshan, and he throws the ball in vain to the Air Force player. As now Air Force will look to exit. They give it out wide to Idamalgoda. Idamalgoda puts the kick in. Brings play outside the 22.
It's unfortunate for CHN FC. Half back by their fly half. Or rather their first center.
Timing.
As Dinesh Lakshan acting as the fly half there, coming in from the wing. As CHN FC will have another opportunity, going for a full man line out. Has running repairs in the center field for Pramod Padmashankar.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Time on.
Goes to number 2. Trying to play, set up a maul, but look, there was a knock on, but referee says play on. As a pick and drive by CHN FC, trying to attack the fringes inside the opposition half. Referee playing advantage for not rolling away. CHN FC milking that nicely.
Number 2.
That's what experienced front rows can do for you. Not letting the tackler to roll away, just having a foot on the other side. And smartly milking that penalty. Opportunity here for CHN FC to go with some points just before half time. But they're going into the corner, looking for another try.
It's probably the reason behind this decision is they're probably thinking of the bonus point as well, isn't it? But it's always a very dangerous kind of decision to be made in such an early stage of the game, and especially when it's just a 4-point margin. There's just one score in it. Just want to try and accumulate the points, probably take the wind out of Air Force's sails. Because when the scoreline is so small, Air Force always will feel that they are in with a chance. Another pick and go along the fringes. It's a nice turnover, and that's exactly what has happened. Line out not functioning well, and Air Force
10 meter back, 10 meters.
Ever ready for a scrap. That's the now couple of opportunities the CHN FC have had to go to goal, but haven't been successful.
And we're in a different game by now. 13 points to 3 would have been different on the scoreboard. Also, that would put a lot of doubt in Air Force's mind and would have cracked open the last 20. Exactly what you said.
Yeah, exactly, and the Air Force, if they go into half-time with this scoreline, they will be pretty pleased, isn't it? Playing away from home against a superior CHN FC outfit, 7-3 at half-time.
10 meter back, 10 meters.
They will be pretty pleased on how things have panned out. Again, Air Force's line out, just not functioning. Big run by the CH's number 4. Ball is recycled. That's a big hit. It's high as well. Don't think the referee has quite picked that up.
Forward pass.
That was a forward pass.
Scrum. They go to down here.
So again, an unforced error by CHN FC, managing to get through that first line of defense. Bit of a clumsy challenge by Air Force's number 7, Udesh Madhushankar. Bit lucky to get away with that.
Ready. Crouch. Bind. Sit. Steady.
So Air
steady.
Force with the feed into the scrum. Spreading the ball out wide, being taken up, phase created. Air Force
Line offside,
have
number
managed
4
to get a
offside.
penalty, have managed to draw that penalty as a result of CHN FC being offside.
Number 4 offside. What a pick කරන්න බෑ ඉස්සරහින් බෝල් එක. රක් ෆෝම් pick කරන්න බෑ ඉස්සරහින්. right? Sorry. Line offside. Number 4.
So Air Force, just these last few minutes of this first half, have managed to frustrate CHN FC into committing errors.
And that might come to haunt them in the second half as well, not getting enough points going in. If Air Force can milk another 3 here and come back and score after half time, CHN FC will have a huge challenge. So it's very important for CHN FC to finish this half at this score line at this point of time, as Parakrama throws this, goes back to number 4 in the line out, turnover ball.
First knock on.
It's a knock forward. And we have time for another scrum for Air Force. So
5
another
minutes.
attacking opportunity.
Yes, but again, another
Last 5 minutes.
mismanaged line out by Air Force. Something which they'll really need to iron out. Maybe their forwards coach could have a word with them at halftime to see what exactly the problem is, because they're losing all their lineouts that has come their way thus far. An early strike,
කරන්න බෑ early. Ball එක දාන්න ගන්න. Free kick.
or rather early engagement by the CH front row.
Mark it.
A free kick.
සව් කරන්න බෑ. Ball එක දාන්න ගන්න සව් කරන්න බෑ.
Looks like CHN FC, or rather Air Force, will opt for another scrum.
Yep. On the 40-meter mark for Air Force.
Ready. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Again, CHN FC putting a lot of pressure, but ball comes out to Indamalgoda. Good switch to Pramod Padmashankar, going into contact. Here is Indamalgoda coming in, but that's a drop ball. Dropping the ball cold there, an opportunity for a chase. It comes out good, but misses the kick. He still has the ball in play. Referee playing advantage.
Knock ball.
A knock forward.
Number 7 knock on.
CHN FC. Can they have the final say in the first half?
This is unfortunate for Air Force. After all this, if they do concede, they will be very disappointed. But CH are applying a lot of pressure at that scrum time, isn't it, Dinok? It's just not giving Air Force the platform that they would like to attack from.
Ready. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Interesting to see how this CHN FC scrum will work. Lakshan at the back. He takes it, gives it out wide to his 9. Going into contact is Tikshana Dasanayaka. A good run there by the CH forward. Now looking to use the forwards.
Good.
One pick and drive. The second one comes in.
Knock ball.
Referee says another knock forward advantage for CHN FC.
Last foot, get back. Advantage player, number 16,
Time going
offside.
out for
Number
effort
16.
through the forwards. Another pick and
Back and
drive.
roll away.
CHN FC going closer and closer to the try line. Imhana Silva taking the ball into contact.
Number 16
Not
offside.
forward there, but there was
Number
an
16.
advantage as well.
Number
Penalty
16
coming up for
offside.
CHN FC. 3 points on the card. Will they go for 3 or take another scrum? Interesting call. Maduranga.
Last one. Right, last one.
I think the smart decision would be to
Line
take the
offside.
3 points.
Scrum.
Points just before the half is always
Right, ball again.
very important. Just gives you a sense of confidence going into the Lemons. But CHN FC once again deciding to go for a 5 or 7
Crouch.
pointer.
Bind. Set. 5 back. 5 meters.
Bacon at the back. Maduranga off to Dinesh Lakshan. Standing tall in the tackle and easy for him. He was just looking for the pass all over, but then suddenly saw the try line in front of him to dot that down. So the call paying off for CHN FC. 2 tries coming in the first half. They'll be happy now, but not all this while.
Yeah, that's right. Some pretty average defense by Air Force, you'd have to say as well. Falling off few crucial tackles. They had it covered man on man, but just unable to get in the correct positions to make those tackles.
1 minute.
So wing 3/4, Jason Karnaratna, the guilty party on that occasion, just falling off that tackle. So CHN FC will be pretty pleased that they have got a couple of tries in this first half. And their fullback, Netmina, just to put the final touches on the scoreboard in this first half.
7 points to 3. So 12 points to 3. The conversion to come. Curves around beautifully for Hirusha. And that will make 14 points to 3.
Half minute.
And we'll continue the first half still. As the half time has come across up in Valisara, 12 points to 6. CRN FC leading against Navy. Look at this kick. A good strike right on starting off the right upright. A lovely curve. Through the post it goes. As Air Force now would want to end this at least in a good note for them. Just outside the 22. As Dinesh Lakshan doesn't take any risks and just want to kick that out and go into half time. 14 points to 3. CHN FC leading here at the end of the first half at Racecourse as we go into the 5th week of the Nippon Paint Rugby League 23-24 live on the Papare. 14 points to 3. That's the half-time confirmation. First half highlights. Kickoff from Air Force. And quick there by Prasad Madhushankar. Indamal Goda struck the only 3 points that Air Force managed to score, and then at the end of the half it was Dinesh Lakshan who scored that try, converted by Hirusha. As we go into half time, we go into a commercial break as well. 14 points to 3 in favor of CHN FC.
Spicy fun by Rugby Marakaranda. Beat a remake Karanda Winner. Hada with the Bawala and give her a fashion Karanda. Fun Kurana Kotumi Kiki Kolenda. Prima Kotumi Fantamai.
Club Rugby is back on the Papare. Eight contenders, one champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Hot and spicy fun by Rugby Marakaranda. Beat එක remake කරන්නට වෙන්න. හදවත බවලා යන්න ගින්නර fashion කරන්න. fun තුරන්න කොතුමි kick එක වෙන්න. Prima කොතුමි fun තමයි.
Protect your home from harmful bacteria. Nippon Paint Medifresh, a powerful combination of silver and zinc ions. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
8 contenders, one champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Introducing NeosPay, a fun way to make payments from your Neos app. For the fun of paying, #NeosPaid.
Prima කොතුමි fun තමයි. Spicy fun by Rugby Marakaranda. Beat එක remake කරන්නට වෙන්න. හදවත බවලා යන්න ගින්නර fashion කරන්න. fun තුරන්න කොතුමි kick එක වෙන්න. Prima කොතුමි fun තමයි.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. WeKYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. WeKYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You win the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league stand.
Magnificent catch.
You win the big league stand.
Taken.
Big league stand.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You win the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league stand.
Magnificent catch.
You win the big league stand.
Taken.
Big league stand.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Introducing NeosPay, a fun way to make payments from your Neos app. For the fun of paying, #NeosPaid.
Club Rugby is back on the Papare. 8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය The Papare TV තාලා ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. Falk. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You in the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league stand.
Magnificent catch.
You in the big league stand.
Taken.
Big league stand.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Club Rugby is back on the Papare. 8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය The Papare TV තාලා ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. Falk. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You in the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league stand.
Magnificent catch.
You in the big league stand.
Taken.
Big league stand.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back to Racecourse. CHN FC taking on Air Force in the 5th week of the Nippon Paint Rugby League 2023-2024, coming to you live on the Papare Dialogue TV YouTube channel and also on the papare.com website. And as we start of the second half, we'll give you another update from Valisara. Sia scored another try through Randul Senanayaka, and 17 points to 6. That is how it is at CHN FC. And also in cricket, after 33 overs, Sri Lanka won 73 for 5. So that is how the sporting arena on a Saturday evening here in Sri Lanka is going on. As we come to our live coverage here, Abdullah, Air Force 3 points to show in the first half. What should they do, and what would have been the talk in the dressing rooms?
Yes, I think CHN FC just need to play a more territorial game in this second half. Air Force will now be forced to chase the game because just conceding that last try would have been very disappointing from their point of view. So CHN FC will just definitely try and pile on the pressure. Look to seal the win and importantly, just try and score another couple of tries and get that important bonus point.
So Dinesh Lakshan will restart proceedings for CHN FC. As kickoff has been made and going into Indamalgoda, straight away looks to exit and bounces in and stays in the field of play as Rohit Rajapaksa swings this out wide to Dinesh Lakshan. Looks for a 50-22, doesn't touch, and Indamalgoda is attacking from the 22-meter mark, wants to counter attack, looking at the short side. There is options, trying to hold on to the ball as Air Force now going in to contact through Desh Madhushankar. Kavisha looks for options, gives it out wide to Gayan. Booting it back is Hirosha, and he kicks back just outside the 22. A couple of meters in front would have resulted in a 50-22 for CHN FC. So CHN FC also wants to play the territorial game. No counter-attacking moves there. As Air Force now again pinned inside their own half.
Yes, I can understand Air Force's tactics of wanting to hold on to possession and probably play the game from end to end to move the CH forwards. But also, if they use the kicking game effectively, it will mean the CH forwards will need to turn back and run as well, isn't it? And that can be as taxing for them. And another misfiring line out for Air Force. You'd expect the Air Force team to generally be pretty good in the air, isn't it? But it hasn't been the case so far in this game. Once again, deciding to go to touch, and this time finds good touch.
It has been a problem in the line-outs for Air Force. Much to say, a lot of pressure has been put in as well by CHN FC. Number 2 throw, crooked throw, says the referee, just swinging through the air and hitting number 2. So a scrum for Air Force.
Call, but yet you could see the ball slightly swinging towards CH's side. It's not an easy ground to throw in as well, isn't it, Dinuk? So scrum for Air Force. Deciding to go out wide. Spreading the ball. Again going in, but unfortunately bundled into touch. So this is where Air Force just need to be a bit more clinical. Again Karuna Ratna, not the biggest of men on that wing. Need to use his footwork a bit earlier to try and get infield and set up another phase.
They're trying to play in towards the touch line in the 5-meter area a bit too much, Abdullah, Air Force, and now CHN FC, knowing that, they're just shifting the defense straight away to the outside as we have fresh legs in the park. As Gihan Madhushankar has come in, Rajapaksa to Lee. lead to Hirusha. Dinesh trying to do a pass around the defender, fails to do so, and eventually knocks down.
Yes, now that's just an ideal example where Dinesh just needed to hold on to possession rather than trying to force the pass, isn't it? Even if he had managed to link up with his wing, there was no way he had enough room to try and burst through. Just feel it's a game, it's a area of the game that coaches will do well to focus. It just helps to ensure continuity of play much more. We see players at international and top club level doing it without much effort.
It'll be interesting to see how many rucks that has been recycled in that 5-meter area in the international arena. As a lovely move there by Air Force, but again going into ground and not holding on to ball is Madhushan, Ishara Madhushan, but CHN FC giving it out wide to Rajapaksa. Lovely hands of him to Ravindu Anjula, going into contact. Air Force now have turned over once again. Untidy play as Ishara Madhushan puts this deep. It's a 50-22. It is a 50-22. But it was also kicked by the CHN FC player.
Yes, that's much better by CHN FC, rather by Air Force. They turned position over rather than keeping in hand, realized that there was space at the back and decided to kick ahead. So that was a good call. Realized that it was a hooker at the end of it, so I'm sure Air Force chasers would have fancied their chances, but the experienced Madhushankar, knowing that didn't need to do too much, just booted it into touch. Malgoda just getting a bit of attention for a bit of a knock he took from one of the CH defenders. Seems to be okay.
Going deep inside for that line out is Air Force, is Kavisha. Gives the ball into contact. Looking to play with the forwards, keeping the close quarters. Air Force trying to build some paces, which they lacked in the first half. Trying to go very deep. Again, a snipe through by Kavisha. Was successful in the first half. Again, he's been successful. Looking for options on the outside. Videsh Madhushankar taking the ball into contact. Ruck form. Kavish again. A lovely chip behind by the Malgoda and a knock forward as well.
Yes, Ita Malgoda will definitely breathe a sigh of relief. I don't think that was the best option. A chip ahead. Fortunately for them, I think it was Netmina had it covered, but just slightly took his eyes off the ball, resulting in a knock-on. So, a great position from which for Air Force to launch an attack.
Points to 3. Crucial set piece for Air Force. They need to get this right to stay in the hunt. Break from the ever-present number 8 of Air Force, Shashika Fernando, going into the 5-meter line. Now they have a great opportunity. The first pick and drive comes in. Here comes the second. They'll try to keep this very close up until they get into the line, but holding on and going off feet there by number 2, the skipper, Parakrama Ratnayaka for Air Force. Be interesting to see that replay.
Yes, Air Force will be desperately disappointed with again lost opportunity. The clearing player has got to ensure that he stays on his feet to ensure fair contest at the breakdown. Have a look at that once again. The referee penalized Air Force for not staying on their feet, but also Dushmanta Priyadarshana seem to have had rights to the ball as well. So some good defensive work by CHN FC.
New throw for CHN FC. Looks like it's Vimukti Gamage who has come in. And Air Force have turnover ball. And this is Nirmal Vikramasinghe going into contact. The Malgoda once again fancies the chip behind. There is no one at the back. Fairly decent goal line to play on with, but Hirosha was covering that back well. Looks like there was advantage for Air Force, luckily. And Ida Malgoda seems to see some space in behind that CHN FC defense, isn't it, Abdullah?
Yeah, that's right. One thing I think Netmina was formed probably wide, expecting the fullback to join to cover that. And also you keep in mind here at Racecourse, the in-goal area is quite large, isn't it? So it gives you an opportunity, but slightly overcooked it. And Netmina was alert to the situation, covered it quite well to prevent Ida Malgoda from scoring. Nonetheless, an advantage was being played, so Air Force will have another scrum.
.60 minutes at Valisara, 24 points to 6. They are running away with the game. As here is Ida Malgoda. This time he goes back to the second phase of attack to Madhuranga. Lovely ball to the outside. And going into contact on that occasion was Arosh Ratnayaka. Another penalty coming up. Looks like a high tackle, and straight away yellow coming up as well for Dilhara Subhash of CHN FC. Lovely play.
Yes, a good wraparound move, stretching the CHN FC defense. They seem to have had it covered, but a head-on-head contact. Netmina, the guilty party. Referees are very strict in terms of the tackler. Going low, you cannot go up right into contact. So once again, CHN FC will be down to 14 players. And Air Force couldn't have asked for a better situation and a better position from which to launch an attack. Ida Malgoda going out wide. It's a bit lateral, but they do have the man outside, and looks like they'll be able to go over for a try. Very well done by CHN, by Air Force, and looks like the referee has given a penalty try as well. So that's a replay of the move. Air Force three quarters running a bit lateral, but definitely good enough to stretch the defense.
Looks like a swinging arm to the head on that occasion, and that's I think another yellow for Lee. Skipper going out. Would like to see that replay once again. It was actually Avanta Lee who went in. Oh, that's opening up the game for Air Force. This was perfectly done. A well articulated move. Madhuranga sees space, 2-on-1. Goes head on. Let's see Lee now. Not much there, but referee going for a penalty try, 10 points to 14. I thought it was the other player who came around who had the swinging arm, but Avanta Lee has been sent out for a yellow card. So 2 players down, Abdullah, 14 points to 10. Very crucial 10-minute period for Air Force. If they can keep the cool and get their scrums right, there is easily 2 slots open on the... Again a good set piece. Penalty for CHN FC. Going to the corner. Dinesh Lakshan.
Does the CH intend on not going for points in terms of penalties? Of course, the number 1 choice place kicker Nethmina is not on the field as well, so that could have played a part in the decision. So CHN FC get a clean line out. Now they'll use their driving maul to good effect. They do have an advantage in terms of weight. Air Force managed to halt the drive. Tacking along the fringes is CHN FC. And Air Force got the rights for the ball there, but referee has once again adjudicated that the Air Force player did not roll away.
So good couple of minutes after the 2 yellows for CHN FC. They still go into the corner.
Well, the only thing you can argue in favor of CHN FC for taking this decision is the fact that we had got their 8 intact. It's the 2 players from the 3-quarter line who have been sent to the sin bin. So I don't think they will be going towards the 3 quarters. It will be another driving maul from here.
Goes to number 4. Air Force expecting it, putting on the first bind and a good push. Now the ball breaks outside. Looks like obstruction. Yes, it is. The number 7 was a little bit lazy to move there, Ravindu Anjula. As soon as he broke out of the maul, didn't turn around and come and join. He was just standing in between the defense. So good work there by Air Force, putting in the early shove and making CHN FC to make play in that maul.
As for CHN FC's point of view, you have to wonder whether not taking the penalty kicks, taking the points on offer when they were there, it will come to haunt them later on. Still the game very much in the balance. And this is the kind of situation which will suit Air Force fine as well, isn't it? You know, they'd like to play the game with a bit of width. CHN FC do have 2-3 quarters in the sin bin. So it's an area which they will definitely can look to exploit. But they've got to get their line out sorted out first, which they have done this time. Aluarachi with a mini break. Pass it out with the Malgoda and looks like an interception. CHN FC need to try and up the ante. Referee has his hands out for a penalty offside. This is good by CHN FC. Attacking along the fringes. Again attacking along the fringes. Do this to try and draw the defense in or attack or try and get another penalty in their favor. Good counter-attack by Air Force, but CHN FC managed to hold on to position. Priyadarshana, and looks like Air Force have got rights to the ball. But the referee will come back for a prior infringement. And looks like Air Force player is going to visit the sin bin. Far too many penalties in the red zone. Just like to see CHN FC take a bit of a breath, get a few points on the board. But again, the first choice place kicker is not on the ground as well, so that could be a decision, a reason why they are taking the option of going to touch. But the way they have gone about it in this game, regardless, they probably would have gone for touch anyway.
Again, they'll look for the rolling maul. Going into number 2. A tap behind this time, so that won't allow them to settle a maul there. So going into the pick and drives now, CHN FC. Air Force player right on top of the tackler, not rolling away. Good clean ball there by Madhushankar. Going into contact again, CHN FC. Another pick and drive advantage, says the referee, in front. As he is Dushmanta Priyadarshana breaks a couple of tackles, goes into contact. Quick ball off the ruck now. CHN FC trying to play this game at pace, but a knock forward. Referee will come back for the penalty. Again, repeated infringement. Will he go into the pocket? That will make both teams equal. It will make 13 across the park. Doesn't seem like.
Yes, I think we can just save ourselves the effort of making the call of going to the post. CH are just not going to take that option.
So again they go into the corners. So they have completely forgotten there's 3 points on offer. A tactical move clearly. So the mindset has been that they need to score a bonus point win here. Once again, they go to number 2. Anjula picks it up. This time the maul looks properly set as Air Force trying to push this out into touch, and they have managed to do it successfully. And a quickly taken throw.
Yes, the trajectory that driving maul was going, it just gave Air Force the opportunity to use the touchline to stall that drive, which they did very effectively. So Air Force this time gets their line out well, but again not taking the clear option, but the referee has his hand up for a high tackle. So a bit of a reprieve for Air Force. So question is, Dinuk, will these decisions of not taking the points when on offer come back to haunt CHN FC later on?
Yeah, absolutely. There is just one try in this game. We are just moved into the last quarter of the game as well. So anything could happen. A breakaway try here for Air Force or CHN FC will decide, as CHN FC are now back to 14. So now we have 14 apiece in the park. Hirosha is back in the field, so that will give an option for CHN FC if they want to take the 3-pointers. Air Force getting the line out right, and Ida Malgoda goes to Shashika Fernando, or rather it's Udesh who takes the ball into contact. Ida Malgoda once again puts the boot to ball. Backpedaling is Harsha Maduranga. Has Hirosha with him. Hirosha tries to counter attack and then looks for the option to kick. Staying back safe is Ida Malgoda. Ida Malgoda has pace on him. The referee has blown the whistle for some reason, so a call has come from the assistant.
Yes, I think it was a late hit, wasn't it? I think that's the penalty that Air Force have conceded. So a little bit of ill discipline, letting Air Force down. And that's a very good touch finder by Netmina, who just got back onto the grip field. The Air Force just cannot afford to continuously give line out ball to CHN FC from such close quarters. So far they have managed to thwart whatever driving maul CH has executed, but the more opportunities you give, the more chances there is of conceding a try.
That's clearly a throw, so another opportunity wasted by CHN FC. Minutes to go on our clock. The game is still wide open here at Racecourse.
Just looking at the scoreboard, 14 points to 10. You get a penalty. You've stretched the lead to 7 points. Just gives you a little bit of a cushion, forcing Air Force to take a few more chances. Air Force from the back of the scrum. Really good break by their number 8. Shashika Fernando makes good ground. Taking the ball up. Idam Algoda, or rather the fullback, collecting an awkward pass from his scrum half. Good touch finder by Madhushan.
Vimukti throws it to number 2. Here is Dinesh Lakshan. Gives the ball out to Gihan Madhushanka. CHN FC, couple of big hits. Here's Dinesh, looks for opportunity on the outside, trying to pace it up, and Hirusha goes into contact. The referee right there, and also is Madhuranga. Radhishara Madhushan on that occasion, right on top of that ball, gets the penalty. So Air Force staying in this fight and trying to take this game a little deeper than what CH thought. CH will be thinking of 3 points definitely if they come across any. Kick stays inside the field of play. Opportunity now. Here is CHN FC. Bumping off a couple of players. He's Janit. Dinesh swings this out wide to Avantali, who has just come after spending 10 minutes on the park and seems to be a lot fresher, but bundle into touch. Avantali.
Yes, CH on that occasion showing a bit of flair. There was a case here for a late or a hit on one of the CHN FC 3 quarters without the ball. But Avantali making some good ground and some desperate defense by Air Force, thwarting that attack. I think CHN FC will now do well to just not worry too much about the bonus point, just focus on trying and getting the big W in this game. It's an important game for them, isn't it, Dinok, in the context of the league and making sure that they reach that top 4. That bonus point is of secondary importance in that context.
Yeah, even a win will keep them at 3 or 4, way ahead of Police still, because Police played a game yesterday and still they are ahead. So a bonus point will not make that much of a difference here, but you never know if it will make a difference in the eventual league. As looks like issues for Idam Algoda. A heavily strapped ankle for him, which is being re-strapped. So referee wants to continue play. The Malgoda is being strapped, and Air Force have lost that line out on that occasion. Now Air Force with only 13 men in the defense, as Dushmanta Priyadarshana takes the ball into contact, takes closer to the CH goal line. A long pass out wide, looking for opportunities on the far side. Yes, Dinesh, another knock forward by Avanta. There's a lot of opportunities for CHN FC have gone begging.
There's another missed opportunity. Passes just not finding their mark. Second half has been a rather stop-start affair. So Air Force, everything to play for. Just one score in it as we enter the last 10 minutes of this game. It's a kind of situation, is the Dinuk, where Air Force wouldn't mind being in this situation. The way they have approached this game, they're not afraid to throw the ball about. Another big scrum by CHN FC. Nice break on the short side by the Nippon scrum half. Air Force just looking at their options, taking the ball into contact. Fullback, this Madhushankar deciding to go deep. Nethmina has it covered. Kicks it back. Safely collected by Air Force. Nice bit of footwork. Broken the first line of defense. And another short break on the short side, unfortunately. Cannot avoid touching the touchline. But a very good run by the fullback, Ishara Madhushan, showing some good vision. But unfortunately for them, not being able to put the finishing touches. It was their flanker, Isuru Jayaratna, who tried to pick and go on the short side, but the CHN FC defense was alert to that threat.
He has been very good, isn't it, Ishara Madhushan, in this game. Soon after the first 20 minutes, he was brought in as the number 10 from fullback. He started playing at first receiver, has counter-attacked well, kicked well, and almost got Air Force into lead on that occasion. Like you said, Abdullah, it's something that both teams will now do is the panic attack would have hit and both teams will throw around. But what Air Force has been doing throughout the game is throwing around the ball. So they'll be used for this type of play, whereas CHN FC will now try to do out of the ordinary for them.
Yeah, that's right, because from Air Force's point of view, they came into this game as an underdog, isn't it? I don't think anyone gave them much of a chance. but because of some not very pragmatic decisions taken by CHN FC in terms of not going for points, they have kept Air Force in this game. If they've at least taken a couple of those penalties which were very kickable by their standards, they would be 2 scores ahead, which will force Air Force to take much more risk. But that just isn't the case, and as we approach the last 5 minutes of this game, the game is very much in the balance.
Yeah, absolutely. So probably about 7 minutes to play. And this will put a lot of pressure now on CHN FC from their own half. They need to win all these lineouts properly. Untidy ball, Air Force will pounce on those. Points to 10. Line out one, but not very clean. CHN FC will now play desperate rugby or keep on hold to get out of this position and play on the opposition half. Prop forward, Vimukti Gamage has come in. He's trying to break in the center field. Is Janit, gives it outright to Dinesh. Trying to make a break is Tikshana Dasanayaka. Big hit coming up and going into contact straight away. Kihan Madhushankar trying to set up ball. Another penalty and another player down for CHN FC. This is untidy from Air Force, just giving away position. And now looks like CHN FC still want to kick this into touch. And that's a very, very good touch finder. In through the 5-meter mark. And this is a great opportunity that they will have to nail it.
Yes, high risk, high rewards was the motto of that kick. Brilliant touch finder. So will CHN FC, after many attempts, be able to put the finishing touches to a driving maul? If they could, it will pretty much seal the game in their favor.
The maul has been set up and has been ripped off in the maul. Here's Air Force now. True Parakrama will try to run coast to coast here. Gives it out wide to Ida Malgoda. Ida Malgoda sees there's no one at the back. Puts the ball into grass. The chase is important and it goes into touch just outside the 22. They need to put a lot of pressure on here. Air Force.
Yes, that's a wonderful outcome for Air Force from the situation they were in. What would have been better for them is if the ball had just gone another 5 meters. They would have got the line out in their favor as well. But a really good touch finder by the experienced Ida Malgoda, identifying the space from turnover ball and drove it downfield. So a line out for CHN FC just outside their 22.
Huge win for CRN FC in Valisara, 57 points to 6. So just the 6 points that was scored by Navy initially. And from there on, it has been all CRN FC, 57 points. So they're looking very, very, very good and strong this season. It's going to be a 3-horse race. CHN FC trying to stay in that top 4 to make a count on the league. Candy, Sia, Havelocks and CH right on top at the moment. And CHN FC under a lot of pressure here to stay in that fight.
It's a crucial line out for CHN FC. Absolutely important for them to try and win clean ball here. Air Force no doubt will try and spoil this line out. Or at least, at the very least, they ensure that CHN FC don't get clean ball to try and apply a bit of pressure. Good clean line out by CHN FC. Spreading the ball out wide. Big hit by the Air Force defense. This time going to touch. Doesn't find touch. Madhushan, who has been the standout for Air Force today, collects, links up with his three quarters, and the referee has his arm out for a high tackle. Iddamal Goda changing direction. So there's no advantage. The referee will come back for a penalty. Looks like it'll be a yellow card for a high tackle.
Mohammad Afzal just came in and straight away a yellow card for him and he goes out. So problems continue for CHN FC. And Air Force is at the right side of the park at the right time with a penalty in their favor. And this is going to be very, very, very crucial for them to hold on.
So this time a big line out for Air Force. Approaching the last 90 seconds of this game, but I'm sure there'll be a bit of injury time as well. Good clean take by Air Force, but looks like CH have managed to get their hands on the ball as well. Some brilliant work by CHN FC's open side flanker Anjula Ravindu. But Air Force have managed to create another phase. The CH player needs to get out of the ruck. Air Force applying the pressure. CHN FC desperately holding on. You can see the CH defenders crowding around the ruck. Air Force trying to milk a penalty, but so far CHN FC have been holding their ground. Just about 10 meters away from the CHN FC goal line. Another pick and go, not making much headway. But this is energy sapping stuff for CHN FC in terms of defending continuously. Again, CHN FC hanging on, inching their way towards the goal line. CHN FC staying low. And CHN FC have infringed, not rolling away is the call. You just sensed it was a matter of time before that would happen. Now it's a free run for Air Force. They could take a chance and go wide. But referee calls them back for the penalty. Air Force tried to take a quick tap, but it was not from the correct spot. But you just sensed Dinok, isn't it? The longer that pick and go went on, a penalty was always on the cards.
Yeah, and also it was very smart from Iddamal Goda. If you see there, he just came and stood on top of that tackler so that the tackler couldn't move. As soon as the advantage came, he stepped back. So he saw the isolated tackler there. So very smart. That's what experience can do for you.
Absolutely, Dinok. Absolutely. Brilliant work by Iddamal Goda, right in front of the referee as well. So interesting to see what options Air Force will take from here. Will they go to the short side? Will they attack through the center field, or will they go out wide? Wow, that's a big call, isn't it, Dinok? In a game like this, in a situation like this, that's a big, big call, you'd have to say. 80 minutes is up on our clock, but dare say there'd be a few minutes of injury time remaining. Nethmina makes no mistake with the touch finder. So another opportunity for Air Force, but they will rule that penalty they gave from the scrum.
Yeah, and touch and go as well on that occasion in the scrum. This time the maul setting up very well for Air Force. CHN FC will have their work cut out stopping this, but they managed to push them back. And the ball comes Air Force's way. A little too far for them to push from here for CHN FC.
CHN FC go out wide. Bit of nifty footwork. Air Force managed to retrieve the position. Going out wide. They do have numbers if they can shift it. Probably having the wrong person there. A forward. Probably a tight 5. But Air Force, most importantly, have managed to retain position. Big counter ruck by CHN FC. But Air Force managing to hold on to the ball. A pick and go. This is desperate stuff by both teams. Again attacking along the fringes, not making any headway. CHN FC defense holding firm. Air Force, there is a player who is on the wrong side of that ruck, but the ball is available, so play goes on. Energy sapping stuff. This could, in all probability, could very well be the last play of the game, barring a penalty. Again attacking along the fringes. Deciding to go out wide. Idda Malgoda linking up with his 3/4. A dummy is sold. Unfortunately, a knock on by CHN, by Air Force. Or rather, the ball is into touch. Very nearly managing to get over that first line of defense, but some desperate defense by CH number 6. The replacement, Gihan Madhushankar. A try-saving, match-saving tackle, you'd have to say.
Absolutely a match-saving tackle there. That was gone for all money if he didn't put his shoulder on the line. Yeah, for CHN FC now will have to settle things down, play down the clock and put this into touch. It's as simple as that. But it's in their own half, so they have to be very careful here. So they will do their pick and drives. Air Force will try to attack that ruck. And looks like they have got the call from the referee. They want to kick this out. Dinesh Lakshan puts this into touch. Is there still some more time to play? Quickly taken. Very interesting call. It's a line out for Air Force. But they took it quickly. It was called back.
Air Force would have preferred the quick line out rather than going for a set piece. This time though, they managed to get clean ball. And they're taking it up. Driving, the ball is available. It's coming around the side. The ball has collapsed, but the ball is kept available. Idda Malgoda spreading it wide through his 3/4, being taken up, and unfortunately it's been knocked on. So that pretty much could be the end of the game for Air Force. And that's it. So CHN FC survive a scare So CHN FC survive a tight game, which needn't have been the case. They did not take the 3 points on many occasions. Fortunately for them, Air Force just couldn't put the finishing touches to many a move. And as a result, CHN FC will progress up that table to the third position with 14 points to 10 in favor. Air Force going down, threw everything into this game. The only consolation probably is that they will get a losing bonus point in their favor. But overall, you have to say that it was a game where CHN FC just made things a bit hard for themselves, isn't it,
Absolutely. If they had taken that 3 points, a few 3 points opportunities early in the game would have automatically opened up for them in the last 20, which they denied and kept on denying even at 14 points to 10. Even in the dying minutes, they still wanted to go for the try, and luckily enough, they managed to go through. Here's how the second half started through Dinesh Lakshan and Madhuranga went into the try. It was given as a penalty try because Avantha Lee had a swinging arm. That was the only try throughout the second half, and that's how the game finished in favor of CHN FC 10, 14 points to 10. And the final scoreline reads here in the evening of Colombo: 14 points to 10, 2 tries to CHN FC, 1 for Air Force, 2 conversions against 1, and 1 penalty for Air Force. And CHN FC refused to take penalties today. No drop goals. Dushmanta Priyadarshana will be a player of the match, Black Knight player of the match for CHN FC, Dushmanta Priyadarshana. So that's how today's proceedings ended at Nippon Paint Rugby League 23-24. Coming up next week, it's week 6. Air Force will take on Army at Ratmalana. They will go back to their home base. Navy against Scandi in Valisara. That will be a very mouth-watering clash. And then we have the London Place clash. CRN FC versus Havelocks. That will be the match of the week. And then you have CH taking on Police. A lot of work for Police and CH to do coming up next week. But crucial games coming toward the latter part of the first round. And that's a wrap for us here at the Papare from Race Course with CHN FC winning. Myself, Dinuk Bhaskaran, and Abdullah Yusuf signing off the Papare. Good night.
contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Protect your home from harmful bacteria. Nippon Paint Medifresh, a powerful combination of silver and zinc ions. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Hot and spicy fun vibe එක විවර කරන්න beat එක remake කරන්නට වෙන්න හදවත බාවලා යන්න ගින්නර fashion කරන්න fun උතුරන්න කොතුමි කික්කි කොරන්න cream කොතුමි fun තමයි.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. We KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You in the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league style.
Magnificent catch.
You in the big league style.
Taken.
Big league style.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Club Rugby is back on the Papare. Eight contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. We KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
cream කොතුමි fun තමයි.
Introducing NeosPay, a fun way to make payments from your Neos app. For the fun of paying, hashtag NeosPay.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. We KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
Hot and spicy fun vibe එක විවර කරන්න beat එක remake කරන්නට වෙන්න හදවත බාවලා යන්න ගින්නර fashion කරන්න fun උතුරන්න කොතුමි කික්කි කොරන්න cream කොතුමි fun තමයි. Hot and spicy fun vibe එක විවර කරන්න beat එක remake කරන්නට වෙන්න හදවත බාවලා යන්න ගින්නර fashion කරන්න fun උතුරන්න කොතුමි කික්කි කොරන්න cream කොතුමි fun තමයි.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You win the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league stand.
Magnificent catch.
You win the big league stand.
Taken.
Big league stand.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.